Nobody can hear us yet.
Okay,
Now they can hear us. Is that good?
that's fine.
I looked at it, was like, I thought, okay, because otherwise I would have shut the camera off. So we were good. We're good because I love you. I love you. You know, I got to
You
do
can totally
this.
see this Band-Aid though.
Oh, but you know what?
Care.
I can change it to
I don't care.
the same settings you had, so that way you're, you know, that mirror I got you is kind of cool. So,
I did
hey, there's Omar.
Hey,
Hey,
Omar.
Sherry, how you doing? I'm good.
Yeah,
Living the
we
dream,
had
what we
several
said.
people join, so let's. What?
Isn't
You are my dream.
that what you say?
You
Living
are
the
my.
dream.
You're my dream. You're my so dream.
I don't know what dream. You just living
It's my way.
it.
Yeah.
Lord.
Well, you know, it's a connection dream.
Can't take you anywhere.
If you're trying to join, please try to rejoin because I
Kicked everybody out.
well, not necessarily. I just
Well, I mean, it would seem that.
yes, dear.
This could be a fun night.
Yes.
I see this being a great
You
night.
know, I agree a lot. I agree a lot when it comes to our connection.
Do you?
Don't I?
No, you don't agree enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I
how do
see
you?
him agreeing a lot. I see him agreeing a lot.
Do you?
Oh,
Do
Yes.
you?
I do.
don't do that. You're gonna get me in trouble. But thank
I'm
you.
sorry. I don't want to get you. No, I'm not sorry, but I'm speaking my truth. I do see he be agreeing with you, Sherry.
He does.
Man, let
He
me tell you
does.
something.
Agree
You know
with-
why I agree with her?
Because I'm right.
Besides that,
Besides that,
There's a besides that? I didn't know that.
well,
besides that,
I agree with you
Should there be a
because
besides that?
I
Probably
can feel you, and I have to go off of the feeling you have versus what I think. And
right.
I've decided every time I went off of what I think, it would be a challenge.
It was all bad.
No, I don't want to say it was bad. I'm not judging.
How do you
I-
get your glasses so dirty? Touching them?
Well,
it's just
you-
because my glasses is like that too, and I don't
Yeah.
even be touching them.
Right.
They just
Here.
be so dirty for no
Those are-
reason.
I was
For no
working on
reason.
I was working on my car, right?
Well,
And
there's
I
a
kept
reason.
picking them up with that grease crap on me, or the dirt that was off my car on me.
I don't
And
know.
I was trying to look and try to figure out this bolt. And I was driving myself nuts. So I kept touching my glasses. So what she got was the aftermath of what I did there. And, you know, it happens. But I agree with you because I love you.
That's a great reason.
Happy wife makes a happy life.
I've heard
Well,
that.
No, a
I've heard
happy
that.
twin.
No,
makes-
but I heard that too. I've been hearing that all my life, but I
Yeah.
look at it like this: a happy couple make a happy household.
That's right.
And a happy twin makes you win.
What? You're gonna mess with me. You're gonna mess my notary application up.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling the truth. The only truth that we know how to tell. You know what? We should probably look at the comments this time because
Are there
we had a
comments?
men's soul chat and I did not look that one time.
Oh,
Somebody
no.
wanted
Well,
to
no,
join. Yo, I looked at the comments too. Somebody wanted to join it.
Yeah, I saw that. The Divine Spirit, which I believe is Corey.
Oh,
It's
did you
probably
kick
going
Corey
to-
out?
No, I didn't kick her out. The men, we were in it, man. We were in it.
Were y'all?
Omar, what were your
We
what
was
were your
in it.
feelings over the live we did? Was it how did you feel?
I felt especially with Kevin, we opened up about a lot of things that need to be opened up and an understanding of being connected to self. So
Are we live on YouTube right now?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I've got them up. Hello, everyone.
Well, I
Oh,
want to find
pretty
it.
blue. Sin said pretty blue. Love it. Love the
Hi.
hair. Hi,
I was
Sherry. You
messing with
look
my
pretty.
nose the whole time. I
Sherry,
didn't
you look
know.
pretty. Would love to join, but putting the little one to bed, said Miss Gracie. Did you guys discuss the race, culture, and distance differences in twin flame dynamics? That's a good topic. I guess we can cover that.
Dude, is this dead?
It's
a bad day.
I don't know if it's dead, but I can charge it because I'm the man,
You are the man.
but I'm not the man that can
Can
fix
charge
it.
that?
Yeah.
I'm not the man that can fix this.
No, I'm not. Because we need,
One of my chargers downstairs.
yeah,
That's okay. It'll be all right. I mean, I'm not gonna die. Yeah.
because it requires one of those ones that circle go into it. Hold on, let me make sure it was all
I'm
the way
like-
down.
I'm trying to find our channel
Okay, well, here, you can.
so I can.
you wanna use
I
one?
don't want that big old thing over here.
So,
He's got his laptop out, and I don't want to. It's so big. I'm gonna look on my phone
okay,
if I can find if I can find my channel. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, Omar, you were saying some pretty interesting things
I
earlier.
may have found it.
Yeah,
Was it?
so a new connection found you since the 21st of December.
Yes,
Okay, how are you accepting that connection?
openly.
Oh.
Well, okay, when it
What?
comes to the powerful connection that found you in the first place, why weren't you open then?
Because I ain't know how to be open then. I know how to be open now. I know how
Okay.
to stay out my head now.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Angie Church is in here.
Oh,
I
hi,
said-
Angie.
I say the difference is liberating because it's like I was saying, is like speaking my truth and being connected to myself and being open to what is coming to me and not being in my head and thinking, is this a setup? Why this person want me? So forth and so on. So it's hey Clint.
Hey,
Where's the
Welcome
bird?
back.
I
Tell Sherry the bird.
Shut up! Is that bird still alive?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
thank you for the confidence.
For real. She said you
well, everybody was saying how you threw the bird.
No, I mean it was just so little, and his little chances weren't that great. But my gosh, you must have just been. Oh my gosh! Look at it. You have a friend for life.
Yeah, I know, unfortunately.
what
Are you
kind of
good-
bird is
Are
it?
you? What kind of bird?
It's called a kingfisher, a sacred kingfisher.
They get big.
Nah, these ones don't. He won't get much bigger
They
than what
look
he
like
is.
he get big.
So
No,
are
he
you
won't
going to
get much
keep him
bigger
or
than me.
turn him loose?
Nah, he's going loose. I can't keep him.
Clint. I know he needs to go loose, but he's your friend. Maybe he won't go loose. Maybe he won't go loose. Maybe. Maybe he'll be like, no, buddy, I'm staying with you.
Yeah, maybe. But I hope he I'd like him to, be who he's meant to be.
Yeah, I agree. But gosh, he's so cute. I'm super proud of you. That was
Oh,
a
thank
big job, dude. That was
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Yeah, well, considering I threw him across the floor the other day.
Oh yeah. Well, he needed to try to learn how to fly. It's fine.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's what makes it to me.
Oh, it's freaking awesome. And that is awesome. That's the best news I've heard all day. That is awesome.
Isn't it though?
That makes me super happy.
So we thought we would come on here and just hang out
Yeah.
because, it's a new year. I was telling them, 2023 is connection year
Yep.
because it's all about bringing the 2 into 3, which
Right.
is, the third will be reunion or baby.
I'm not having a baby.
I can keep trying.
Well, you can keep trying
Oh.
all you want. We're not having a baby.
Trying is the best part.
Yeah, right. We can try. We can try all day. I don't care.
Oh, you don't care.
Look, not coming after this 52-year-old.
You know what?
If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen, no matter what you say.
Oh, I
Or do-
get that.
You didn't catch what she did there. She tried to slide in that she's 52, not going into her 54th year.
Here we go.
So it's like she entire year.
There we go.
You're 53.
I'm 52.
You have 53 years of knowledge.
I refuse to engage.
See how she all started? Like, I don't, Like she doesn't want to
That's-
take credit for 53
That's
years.
the best way out. That's the best way out. I refuse to engage.
Yeah. Right.
I refuse
I
to
don't understand.
Yeah.
But I'll let it go.
There's a lot of refusing to engage.
You know, so do we have any questions?
I refuse to engage in his car shenanigans.
No. We can engage in the car shenanigans because the car shenanigans is a part of our connection.
Is it
Yes.
you're connected to your car?
No, I'm connected to you, which got in the car. See how I did that?
That was a good move. I like that. Swish.
There's so much love put in that car.
Yeah, we're not back on this, Sin. Sin, you worry about you.
What's Sensei?
Sin said, are we back on this? No,
I know.
no, we're not back
I
on it.
know,
No.
I know.
Here's the thing. Let's answer. We want you to ask the most difficult question when it comes to connection.
Oh,
You know,
man.
to this twin flame journey. Go ahead and ask, because Sherry's on fire tonight. She'll be able to answer it.
They don't want.
Yes, they do.
They
They
don't
need,
want.
if you came for the truth, we'll give you the truth.
Oh, yikes. We can.
Right, Clinton?
We
You always get the
Yes.
truth.
Yes.
What is the truth about this connection according to you, Clinton?
The truth of this connection.
The twin flame connection.
How
Oh, Milana wants to know.
everything is totally flipped on its head.
Okay.
What I thought my truth was is totally different to what it is.
How so? What was the truth to you when it came to this connection?
I can deal with how I am. I can deal with that I'm distant and that I'm a loner. When in actual fact, I never could.
When did being a loner invite somebody else in?
It never did.
It never did. Huh?
Never ever. Ever.
Would you
ever?
say that? So would you say that makes you reject the connection or accept
Oh,
it?
hell yeah. Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Totally. Because I didn't want to get hurt, not realizing that I've been hurt all along.
Yeah. So when did you ever accept all the hurt you've been in?
Not until the day I started talking with you two.
That's
Impressive.
And even then, you guys know that it took a little bit of time to get used to that.
Are you used to it?
Getting there.
Did you notice that's a no?
It's a game.
I think it took us a while to realize that we had to love each other through our hurt and our pain.
Yeah.
And that was probably the hardest part of
Still sometimes.
it's still a challenge.
I mean, yeah.
I'm better at it than I used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, we're talking about me, you know.
Oh, we're not. We're talking about your ego.
You leave my ego
We're
out of
talking about the Supra.
you leave my ego out of this one. Nobody was talking to you.
Right. Let go my
Say that again, Sherry.
let go my ego.
No, Sherry, I think they wanted to hear what you had to say.
Oh no, I was gonna answer whether her Melania. What is Milana.
Milano.
Milano.
Okay.
She said she's thinking about dyeing my hair purplish. Sherry, is this a twin flame thing? It's really not. It's really not.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a Sherry thing.
it's a thing. Well, it's just a crazy little story. My hair was, well, y'all saw it. It started out black, and then yeah, I kind of did a lot of stuff to it. It was bad. I really abused my hair. And then I got sick and it started turning white, and then it was black with white. It looked like a skunk and it was bad. So I just let it all grow out white, and I turned it orange and purple and green. It was a mess. And I did the blue thing, and it kind of stuck. And now it's a thing. And now it's a big thing. So I've tried to go like a little lighter, a little darker, but it's my thing now. It's a signature thing, and I'll probably be blue to the rest of my life.
But I have a question.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah,
Why
Question,
why
please.
was it all no?
I'll take your question.
Okay, my question is, isn't the hottest part of a flame blue?
Yeah, I think.
Hmm.
Could be purple though.
So you mean the blue flame saved your life?
It may have.
Hmm.
It may
The
have.
hottest part of the flame is black.
Hey, you know what?
See,
You know what?
see.
See,
Yeah,
that was racist.
Yeah.
I don't,
There's
I
no
don't, I don't appreciate it.
there's no rhyme or reason to it really. It's not like a twin flame thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah, I don't even know why you went there.
Are you done?
Yeah,
So
That's my favorite color too.
Look,
okay, stop.
I
flirting.
answered the question.
Yes, I get you.
I'm the only
Okay.
one who has successfully answered the question.
So we have a question from Starseed. Starseed said, when the masculine counterpart returns after separation, how would you go about staying open to the connection and trust that they won't abandon ship again, so to speak? Oh, okay.
I can,
Yeah, go ahead.
because it happened to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
I was always there.
So, it was a major thing to trust him when he came back after 2 years of separation. It was very intense. And in me, I didn't believe a word he said. And I was kind of right about that at the time, but there was something different about him, and I could tell that he wanted to change it, that he didn't want to be that guy. I could tell, I could feel it. However, allowing him back into me was a process. And there were even very human things involved where he would go to work and he said, I can't talk. I'll talk to you in a couple hours. I'm getting ready to start a meeting. No, sir. No, sir. So really? So take a pictures of said meeting. Just nonchalantly take a pictures of said meeting, right? And he did, right? So here I am thinking, okay, you're showing me screenshots of somebody else's meeting. I need to see you in the meeting. So he took a picture of his shoes and some other people's shoes all standing around. I was like, all right, okay, so you might be in a meeting. But it was several instances of those things of me going, you know what? I'm not sure I buy that I would ask for unnecessary things from him to sort of put my mind at ease. And the fact that he was willing to do that also set my mind at ease. But this isn't a thought thing. This is a feeling thing. Most things are. And I let the feeling win instead of the thinking. And I know that I've been preaching that a whole lot, but it just is so relevant that I was able to feel how he was changing or making an effort to. I felt his genuine self in that. But I hate that word, but it is a but.
However,
Yeah, or however.
Same thing.
I needed clarity and I needed truth and I needed honesty. And sometimes I would get it and sometimes I wouldn't until I would get more and more and more and more until, it was predominantly honest. And then, without faulting him for being human, right? And going, yeah, well, you're driving, that's a lie. You're talking to a coworker, that's a lie. And those things obviously were on my mind, which is a human thing, but my soul was telling me that this was genuine and I needed to let my guard down a little bit to let him back in. And then I did, and we started talking, and then the lies started uncovering, the untruths started coming out, all of the things that was going on behind the scenes with him was all coming to the forefront. And it was overwhelming and it was scary. And why would I want to be with someone who was so manipulative and shady? But with this connection, there's a feeling, and you know that it's real or it's not. It's a knowing.
I have a question. You said you could feel the change,
Yes.
or you could feel I wanted to change.
Yes.
A lot of people that find us
Mhm.
don't know how to act when they can feel that change. They can feel that that person wants to change. They don't know how to stand back and not run away
Right.
or not look for ways that they're not going to change. They're looking for ways that they won't.
Well, and
How-
also looking for the negative in it. One little mess up, right? One little human error, and it all goes to hell.
Kind of like what happened with Terry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but you could feel that there was a resistance in.
No, there was not.
Oh, the fuck that.
No, there was not.
Oh, what the hell?
No, there was not.
See, woman, you don't
No, there was not.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, wait a minute. You could feel a change.
Yes.
Okay, that change was not altered
No.
by another person.
No.
Okay, so how is that possible?
It was very possible.
No, no. See, this is what we're gonna keep disagreeing here.
It's very possible.
Uh,
I knew.
Omar, get him.
I knew you were changing. I could feel that, but I knew you still had that. I knew you still had that other side to you. And when first of all, when I knew, we're talking about his ex-wife, and they were been long since separated. And she's very sneaky and manipulative, but I'm not judging her. But for some reason, she couldn't stay at her place to go to her son's basketball tournament. She had to stay with him, which is literally 20 minutes from her place. So figure that out. I knew when he told me she was spending the night what was going to happen. I already knew. Spirit already told me that it was going to happen. And when I felt it happening, there was no alteration to the change, but there was a sense of resistance in me because I was struggling with you at that point in time, because we were really in the midst of trying to figure out what this was. And I knew that he was going to do that. What did I do? What do you think I did? What do you think I did after that? After I felt him with her and I knew it was going to happen, what did I do? I went out the next night and I found somebody to sleep with, right?
Which is a huge awakener.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard for us men to believe that you can feel what we're feeling, because we can feel in a lot of aspects. I would say I was trying to test, or not even test as much as reject, that you could be feeling anything with me,
Right.
because that would mean you could feel everything I feel. And the last thing I expected on this planet was for you to be able to feel everything I was feeling. That's the last thing. That's not even the last thing I expected. It's the last thing I thought could happen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So when I felt it coming back, it woke me the hell up, because it was like, wait a minute, I can feel you doing that. You can, now I know when you're saying you can feel what I'm doing. I had no concept of that. I had no know-how of what that actually meant. So what ends up happening, I believe, is people get stuck in that space, because their twin goes off and is with somebody else.
Mhm.
And then they stand back and do nothing. So the person who's getting all that energy is trying to put a connection into that person to say, you don't feel me either, do you? And the person's like, oh, I love you. And they think that is connection because you haven't given them back what you've been getting.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So when I got it back, I was never again. And of course, you learn that the hard way. You learn never again the hard way because you don't realize that you can't have this connection be a one-way street.
Right. For sure.
So I didn't know the pain I was putting you in because you didn't return it to me. And then when you did, I was, but then I was like, oh yeah? Yeah. And then I was like, wait, I don't like the way this feels.
But you know,
it's pain.
It's very similar to
Oh.
somebody. It's something you can put down, like when he says it's very similar to like when you wake up with the worst hangover ever and you say, I'm never gonna drink again. I'll never drink again. And then that kind of goes away a little bit. And you're like, yeah, maybe I'll have a drink, which is what was happening with him at that time when he said, oh, never again. And when it happened again, I was like, oh, this ain't over, right? And what do I do with this? Because look, I don't want to raise my number for nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want to add to that number for recreation just to piss him off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go around sleeping with as many people as he was sleeping with. I don't want that. So I didn't get that. Well, you shouldn't have.
How come Siri keeps jumping
You
in?
shouldn't have got that. But it was something that I had to really let him figure out and get through on his own, because I didn't want to be the reason that he quit sleeping around. I didn't want to be that. I wanted him to be the reason that he quit sleeping around.
Right.
Because he didn't want to do that anymore, because he loved himself more, because he cared about his health more. All these things that I wanted for him that I couldn't do for him. How I handled it was, yeah, sometimes I got pretty pissed and I was looking for a retaliation. But most often,
did you know that
I meditated it away.
Well, I guess my question is this, because in this connection, what woke me up was when I felt you doing that with somebody else. But I guess what I didn't realize is I carried a belief that connection wasn't real.
Right. Well,
So-
I think we all do in the beginning.
Well, yeah, we do. But I believe that I did not believe that I would feel this connection all the way through. A lot of people say that when they finally step out, they start going that direction, they show up.
Yeah.
Right? Because you start going out and they can feel, my confidence is gone. And what we've mistaken as confidence was actually the connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Because if you're connected to somebody, you don't need confidence.
Right.
Or if somebody's connected to you, you don't need confidence. It's almost like the same energy that we grow up with, where you have parents who believe in you, create or instill in you that connection is a real thing. And even if you don't feel good enough, you will go against them, but you never feel how that hurts them
Right.
until this connection.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
This, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes
So
sense.
like every single time I was with somebody, it wasn't so much that I was letting you down. I was like, this isn't even who I want to be.
Right.
I don't, and even if I was like, that person was like, oh, when we can see each other again, I was like, I'll call you. I mean, I literally was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Because I'd be like, yeah, I'll hit you up next week. Well, I would say some shit, but it was almost like I started backtracking on the shit I was saying.
Right.
And at first it wasn't registering with me, because you don't register your feelings with something of value,
Mhm.
because of, you don't realize that you've been not connected to yourself.
Right.
So for me, I was never registering my feelings of value because I wasn't connected to myself. So being with other people made more sense. Being with as many people made more sense, because then I was spread all the way out and couldn't see.
When
that-
you say people, it's kind of interesting because a lot of people will think, people's male and female.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So I was with
Trying to
my
expose
my
it.
taste, of course, is predominantly feminine
Mhm.
energy.
Yeah.
I need a feminine body. I need a female woman. But there were a lot of masculine energies in those women
In
that
those
were
women.
very dominant.
Right.
And you look for that because if you grow up without a father, you look for that kind of energy to be with.
Right.
It's all connected.
Oh, I agree.
The thing is, we're misinterpreting, because we have a male body, you have a female body, that because we go choose to be with our same likes, that there's not an energy that's very present that we were with.
That's exactly what I was trying
So-
to get to.
So what happens is and I get non-binary, I get them, I get they, I get all of that.
Yeah.
Because really, when you look at it, I'm connected to you because there is a pure connection there that I'm already used to being connected to.
Mhm.
And if I can adapt to that in you, I can start to heal other parts of me.
Right.
Because like I can approach you with things now that I couldn't approach you with before, because my male dominated mind of how I was raised, your feelings don't matter, you need to be a provider, you need everything that we talked about earlier, Clinton, right? All of those rules that were given blind us from our truth. So every time I wanted to love you, I couldn't love you under the format that you knew I could. I was under the format of what I was taught. So I would be the provider. I would be the one who went, hey, I did this for you. I did that for you. But I realized that's what rips a lot of people apart.
Mhm.
Because what you want in this connection from me isn't that.
Right.
That's
very true.
That's very true. But in the connection, you're not even in that space to even realize that's what the fight is about.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was getting to with that statement, because when you were most of the women that I've met, a few of them are still on my Facebook. Four of them are still on my Facebook. They carry a lot of masculine energy, but there's one that didn't. And that's the one that he ran back to multiple times. So it's interesting how, as he was changing, so was other things changing in him. Does that make sense? Like you were following that feminine energy that she had, and that's where you were predominantly mindset on.
It was because I was in a fight with you over who was allowed to have the masculine energy. I
buy that.
I'm going to tell you the
I
truth.
buy that.
If I'm in the masculine and you have this masculine energy that says abandon,
Mhm.
reject, and betray,
Mhm.
that's my wound.
Right.
So I'm going to attract that from you
Mhm.
if I won't stand in the masculine, and it forces me into my wounded feminine. And then I start treating you like shit.
Right.
I start saying shit that I shouldn't say.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is I have to recollect and go, wait a minute, don't do it. And then I have to sit in my feelings and pay attention. Am I connected to your feelings? I noticed that there's a level that I had to get to. That it wasn't even so much a level as much as it is a pain I had to accept in me, to realize that when you're activated and forcing that hand,
Mhm.
that it's not about me anymore. So I have to just kind of surrender in my masculine and accept connection to you. And don't try to shift down into my feminine, because I'll become wounded.
Right.
So what I realized is with masculine energy, I can be like, I can stand and stay still and accept all the feelings that are happening to me and just burst through it. So which means I have to accept all of the pain and then just come out, and both of us will be crying and holding each other.
Right.
So then whatever we just went through, it's like a baby, like we get closer. Did you notice that? I figured that out. It didn't, it was hell trying to figure, I still have a headache over this. But anyway, the most beautiful thing was there was something very magical and not running from the pain anymore, just sitting in it, not fighting back in it.
I lost the comments.
But really, oh, it's right.
Okay.
But realizing that if I stayed in this pain, she'll find me because it's her pain that's activated. And if she's defending her pain or finding a way to make me responsible for it, she won't find it. She's not going to find it if she thinks I have it. So I stay in my pain so she can find hers and meet me there. That's connection. If you haven't realized yet, we're giving you this gold nugget. Here you go. Because if you're running from pain, if you're trying to say they're responsible for your pain, you're activated in an ego that's keeping you away from the true essence of who you are. And your true essence will guide you back into the pain. And then you can just say, hold me. If you're nowhere near that space, you're in your own separation. You're not in separation with your twin. You're not in separation with somebody you're connected to. You're choosing the separation that you're in. And we can tell you, we've been through shit at this point, every form, every kind of pain.
Yeah.
But now we're at the center of it. We have this love and this energy that's like surrounding us, and it's like blocking us. We're like, hey, did you see that drama? And we're like, wow, wow. It's like we look like Kung Fu theater fighting drama now. It's like it's almost like we send it back to them. It's like the Matrix where you can send the energy back into the other person, and then we watch because that's important. You don't take on their energy or their drama.
I refuse to participate.
Right. But it's not even. It's almost a surrender to it.
Yeah.
I'm surrendering to your drama.
Y'all do that around y'all. I'm good.
And it's kind of like when Kevin was in here earlier. It's like that, right? It's like, no, you're teaching people how to reject them to make sense of your anger. But it's not about how you're hurt behind that anger. Well, until somebody reaches that, then you're kind of just waiting for them to realize that. So let's see.
I can't see him.
Sherry, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Lee, what made you stop your old ways?
I refuse to participate.
Well, wait a minute. Is it my old ways?
I refuse to participate in that.
Well, I think that's the big question. Was it my old ways, or was it energy in me I didn't know what to do with?
I think I have to say this. He had to clear some stuff or I wasn't coming near him anyway. And it all comes down to, and this is a Lee and Sherry mantra that you guys have heard so much. It all comes down to you and how you're connecting with yourself and feeling about yourself in order to open up the space to allow the other twin to show back up. They always do when you find that connection with yourself the right way. And the right way is important.
I'm glad you emphasized.
Right? That's super important. Because there's times when you don't want to go back because the past is the past. And the scars remind us. The scars remind us. And I forget who sings that song, but the scars remind us that the past is real. And it happened. It's back there. It's done. We can't go back there. But there are times when we need to go back and identify that this sucked and this hurt and this changed me.
Mm.
And did it change me in a negative way or in a positive way? And if it changed me in a negative way, how do I unfuck that? Right? And how do I let this wound go into allow this wound to go into healing so that I can connect to myself more? Doing that work, doing that self-love is pivotal. It's key, because should I have not felt any difference from him, I would have been like, yeah, keep that drama over there. I'm peaceful over here and I'm good. And it's the same way every time we went into separation and came back together. There had to be some type of genuineness to it. And then this journey, it happens. You separate, you reconcile. You separate, you reconcile. I could go on for 24 hours, right? You separate, you reconcile. You separate, you reconcile. Sometimes you separate for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 3 months, 2 months, 20 years, 15 years. It depends, right?
Yes.
And it depends. It doesn't have to be that long. It doesn't have to be that long if you do the work and you do it correctly, right? And you get in there and you get your hands and your feet dirty and you get a little sludge in your mouth and you get your hair all sweaty, because you got to do the work.
You know what I love about what you just said?
What?
You didn't say do it right. You said do it correctly.
Yeah.
No, there's a misconception of,
Yeah.
I did it right. No,
Yeah.
you didn't do it correctly.
Yeah.
There's
Well, because sometimes doing it correctly sucks. That hurts.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Going back there,
Mhm. Yes.
it's not cool.
Yeah.
But there's
This
There's-
isn't about, is this connection about getting it right?
no, there is no right.
Right.
There is no right. It's just kind of like when you have a baby, it doesn't come with a book.
Mm.
Neither does this connection. It doesn't come with a book. It doesn't
No.
come with a manual. You can't go to page 32. Wait a minute, he said this. Let me go to page 32. and you know what I mean? And see
Right.
and troubleshoot that. Maybe we should write a twin flame manual.
Well, here, Salma asked you a specific question. I really want to reconcile with my twin.
Mhm.
I feel his growth, and the thought of him calling out of the blue terrifying.
First of all, out of the blue was unnecessary,
Oh,
right? I'm just
look
joking.
at the hair. Look at
So
the hair.
no,
Look,
um, out of the blue,
look, that was
he's
wrong.
not coming
You
out of
just
my hair.
rejected chair,
no,
so you can't accept.
no. I get it. I get it.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Who's there?
I'm Sylvia. I don't want to bother you. I'll just let you finish and then
Rhea.
I'll talk.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Rhea.
Hi,
Good to hear
Rhea.
you.
I want to what was the question? Oh,
The question was, I really want to reconcile with my twin. I feel his growth, and the thought of him calling out of the blue terrifies her.
okay. Then I mean, there's so many questions I have though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she says totally thought blue pun.
I love
That's
it.
not funny.
There's a lot of questions I have. There's a lot of questions I have.
I'm sorry, Omar.
Why is calling out of the blue so terrifying? Why?
Because my hair is, I'm joking. Omar.
Calling out of the blue is terrifying because
Yeah.
she hasn't allowed her mind to set in with it. So what she's saying is, I need to come from my mind, not my feelings.
Right.
So she's automatically telling us how she's rejecting it.
Mhm.
Deb, exactly what he
Spot
said.
on. There's no escape.
Yeah.
She's gonna sit there and and be in her head and
Mhm.
fight this and try to go, you know what? He's calling me. Now he's automatically gonna feel rejected as soon as she picks up the phone.
But you
And
gonna
most
feel it.
times,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and most times what we end up seeing in that is like, he poured his heart out to me. And he told me all these things. He wanted to get married to me. He wanted to have a baby with me. He wants to be with me. Now he's ghosting me. You know what's interesting about listening to that over and over and over and over again? You know what's really beautiful about that? They're not saying what they said back. No, it's almost like you're missing this whole other section,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, because you used to get on me over that. You're like, wait, I just told you everything I feel, and the only thing you're doing is sitting there. And I'm like,
Can I process that?
but see, here's the thing. when somebody wants to pour their heart out to you, the fact that you have to say, I need to process that, is them already in their head approaching you with feelings they have that said that you're going to reject it. So when you say, can I process that?
Process.
Guess what they believe happened? They were rejected. So the interpretation was that you're going to come at me in a space where I'm not going to be able to respond, so I can feel rejected and be right about my rejection, not about what I just stated to you.
Right. I get that completely. However, with you back in the day, being connected, there was a lot of, and I know a lot of people go through this when our twin pours their heart out to us and says, this, I feel this way, I feel that way, I feel this way, I feel that way. And you're just kind of listening, and in that sort of listening thing process where you're trying to absorb and actually hear you, not just listen, but actually hear what you're saying, right? Because you can listen all the time.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we were going through that, I had fear instilled in me because there were so much, if I didn't say the right thing, or if I didn't say what you wanted to hear in that moment from me, right? If that just wasn't coming out, then I would get, that's exact opposite of what I needed to hear, or that's not what I needed, or so many things along those lines of, I said all that, and that's all you've got to say. And that's not all I had to say. It's just that I needed to find the right words, because at that point in time, he would come back with, that's not what I needed to hear, or so many things along those lines that I had fear instilled in me. So sometimes I would just be like, and my mind's going, okay, don't speak. Here's what I found. Shush. Like, here's what I found. Don't say the wrong thing, because that's just gonna make the mess even messier. Or be careful what you say, because at that point in time, his ego was activated, and you have to kind of step back a little bit and do some hearing. Even though you're not talking anymore, we're still hearing.
You always made moments of knowing that I would go into an ego standpoint or a thought that I could not escape. I always, now looking back at it, you made those teachable moments for me, because I would absorb, I would actually, you would say, okay, Lee, do you know what word I heard you say? And then I would be paused. I'd be like, that I love you? No. You said, yes, I love you, but I heard but, Lee. And I would go, and it would smack me the way it would smack you. It was almost like you were teaching me what it was that I was saying to you that made me slow down and realize that if I was trying to get you to connect to how I was feeling, you were showing me how I was not catching it. I was not catching that I could connect to how you feel. So when you would make me pause in that space, it was interesting, because it wasn't like, okay, yeah, I believe you. It wasn't the sarcastic bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just kind of went, wait, Lee, do you even know what you said? And then he would walk me through what I said. That's the interesting, I would tell you, that was probably the most profound and most freeing space I found in our connection, is that you would pay attention to every word I chose, but didn't take it and run away with it. You wanted to make sure that you sat there to see if I was going to take back the space where I said, but. And once I realized I was doing that, I realized that what I was trying to communicate to you in this connection wasn't being communicated
Yeah.
because I didn't.
We didn't know. Yeah.
You were really calling out and going, now I know this guy, I know this, and I'm not going to mean to use crappy language, but I know that I could hear you in your head going, I know this motherfucker can feel what the hell I'm feeling. And I could hear that. And then when you would say, yeah, Lee, but you said but, and I would be like,
Yeah. I mean, it's
it was like I was being smacked in
it's
the
hard
face.
hearing. I love you, but because what's coming after that is never positive. You know what I mean? What's coming after that is I love you, but we can't be together. I love you, but I've got somebody else. I love you, but there's so many things. I love you, but I'm not attracted to you. I love you, but I don't like your hair blue. I love you, but you know what I mean? So many things when you say I love you, when you would say I love you, but would go through my head at that time of all the what the buts could be. And at that point in time, I was building up some security, like, yeah, I love you too, but I don't trust all that.
Right. And I think
I love
I
you
think
too,
what
but
it did awaken that space in me to realize that my rejection of you, and if I would say I love you, but if you noticed,
hi, Corey.
after about the 7th or 8th time of you calling out that I said but, I sat with it. I actually sat and I went, how do you love somebody then say but right behind it? And something in me just woke up, like, because you didn't mean it. And I went, oh. And I looked at him and I went, I do mean it. He says, then you can't convince me otherwise if you keep having a but right behind it. And I think for me, that was a part of my awakening that immersed me into my pain. Because I didn't realize you can say to somebody, I love you, and then just pause for a minute, then say but right behind it. How many people don't pay attention to that? And how many people do?
I pay attention to all that. But anything after but is bullshit.
I agree with that. Well, what I feel is everything after the but is a lie. Right? Or the I love you was a lie. One or the other. It's like saying, I know you're hungry, but I'm not cooking dinner. You know what I mean? Not doing it.
You will be making it.
Not doing it. So, I mean,
I will make you go.
there's so many things.
There's gonna be some heat in the kitchen.
I mean, your car's in the shop, but it can't be fixed.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
You know what?
There's so many things. We always go to the negative when we hear that, because it's usually negative behind it. And I even tried to switch the but up to however for a long time. I did.
That's me. However.
Yeah. However, I
Still
normally,
a bat.
but I'll say however, but it's the same damn thing.
Right.
Guys,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Can I have just only 5 minutes of your time and then I'll leave because I need to get some rest. So
Absolutely. Rhea, what time is it there?
I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Come on,
Yeah.
girl. Come on. We got you.
I'm calling from Europe. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Can you understand me? Because my English are pretty bad. So
We got you.
Your English is not bad.
Your English is great.
Just come on.
okay, I just wanted to say that today I had a very awful day, and I'm going through this. I don't know if I can call it twin flame journey or whatever, but I'm just how should I say it? I'm in a space where I'm very discouraged right now, and I'm pretty disappointed at everything in life. People around me, I think that I can see their shadows, and it's pretty, I don't know. I'm very disappointed at everything, really. And my question is, how did I sign up to this? This is so hard. This twin flame journey and everything is extremely hard. I mean, like in the last 3 years, my life crumbled down 3 times. I mean, like, leave me alone. I don't want to sign up to this anymore.
It's like the Hotel California, honey. You can come in anytime you like, but you can never leave.
So
It's like that. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't sign up for it either. I
don't think nobody here signed up for it.
And nobody signed up for this. It's what happens, and you are connected to someone, and the journey is difficult because the connection is so strong.
How can you be connected to someone that always hurts you? I don't think that's love, to be honest with you.
I have a question for you though, Rhea.
Yes.
What did you do with the hurt you had before then?
Try to cover it up.
Did you notice you didn't say I healed it?
She tried to cover it up.
Right. So if
Yeah.
you notice you didn't say I healed it, this person has come along in your life to bring about all of that hurt, all of that pain, to see if you're going to love yourself through it or not. So you got a choice. You have a choice you can make right now.
Mhm.
And that choice is this. The you inside of this hurt and pain you're carrying, you're either going to accept her or you're not. One of those is going to say suffering. The other is going to say surrender. Which one do you think you should choose?
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
My thing is that thinking about the little girl that I have inside of me, I cannot be more proud of her. I swear. I've been through so many, like we all did, and I'm extremely proud of her. But everyone around me seems to find something is wrong with me. You're too much of this, you're too little of this. I don't care what people say. I love myself very much, and I love this little girl. This little girl was so brave through all of the bullshit in my life, and I really don't care what other people say. So that's my truth.
Well,
And I would like to protect her and not go through so many suffering, but I don't know how to help her, really.
then you need to slow down and ask yourself a question. And here's the question. Does that little girl need connection or your protection?
Need connection, but I don't have no connection.
Wait, Rhea, did you notice? You said she needs connection, but I'm protecting her.
But
Did you notice that?
there's the but.
Yeah. Are you noticing that what you're saying is I'm protecting her instead of connecting to her? You're saying that loud and clear. Now, if you want to heal, you're either going to sit with her in pain and connect to her, or you're going to continue to suffer by protecting her. She doesn't need protection. She needs connection, right?
Can I be honest? I don't know how to love her properly, I guess.
Because you don't know how to love you properly.
Yeah.
And that's such a huge deal when it comes to this connection. Loving yourself properly. You know, and it comes with everything, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the things. You know, it took me a long time to realize that getting my nails done and getting my eyelashes all pretty and all that stuff isn't self-love, it's self-care. Right? It's self-care, it's not self-love, right? And what I do to love myself in so many different things is to listen, right? And hear and be compassionate. And when I find hurt, to pull it up and sit in it and look at it and stare it in its face. And okay, why is this so painful? Why are you so painful? Right? And figuring out why it's so painful. Why does that hurt so much? Because I love that person so much and they hurt me. And it could be a sister, a cousin, a friend, anything. You know, a lot of it was my stepfather. Why does this hurt so much? because there was a man who was supposed to protect me. And instead, he abused me. So then there's a loss of trust. It happens when we're small, when we're little, and we grow and we grow and we grow, and we put those hurtful things aside so we can experience life. And by the time we get to our 30s and 40s, sometimes 50s, we're like, what the hell is all this mess? What is all this mess? And how do I fix it? And now I got this person who I can't get rid of, who won't go away. Whether I push them away or not, they won't go away. No. But they won't go away. And what's going on, and what's blocked? What's this problem? Why can't he come around? Why can't we be together? Why can't I love him? I don't understand all these things. And it's all within.
Can I be honest?
Of course, always.
I don't know if I want to be with him or not. I really don't care, to be honest with you. Inside of me, I don't feel okay
That's
with
a lie.
myself, you know?
That's a lie. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a lie.
Truth.
I'm gonna tell you why it's a lie. Because when you talk about him, you were crying.
Yep.
So you can continue to lie to yourself, or you can be honest with yourself and go in and start healing.
Yeah.
Start this healing process. If you don't, you're going to be stuck right where you are doing the same thing. Well, I don't know if I love him or not. Yeah, you do. I don't know if we're connected or not. Yeah, you do. Because if you weren't connected, right, all this wouldn't be coming up. If it was just a regular relationship, he could go to the pizza place and you could go to the bowling alley and never see each other again.
Yep. And
Right.
Maria, what do you tell yourself healing is?
As far as I know, looking at the places and things that doesn't work out and try to figure out how to heal them and to work things out. I don't know.
Okay, that definition isn't gonna work.
Right.
Oh my God.
So
How about we try it again without him?
Yes. Yeah. So let's
Okay.
talk about what healing is.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe that healing requires you to sit in pain, sit in hurt, and not reject anyone?
Yes.
When are you doing that?
I think I'm doing that every day. But
Prove it.
still.
Did you notice she said, did you catch your butt? Everybody here caught your butt, but did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you're finding a way to reject your own healing and you're pointing at him like he's doing it. Now, the question is, do you want your twin to be with somebody who can love while they're in pain and hurt, or somebody who won't?
Can I be honest? I want to be okay inside and I don't feel okay. I feel a lot of pain inside of me, and that's the most important thing about me, how I am and how I'm feeling.
And when have you ever let anybody love you when you're in pain?
Every time that I try to speak about my pain, he rejects me. So
Hey,
I'm
Rhea,
sorry.
Rhea, slow down. Listen to the question, let it absorb in the body, and answer it directly. When have you let anyone love you when you're in pain? Let this echo in you, because I already feel you're never. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I'm around it all the time. I know the silence. I get it. But when has anybody ever come looking for you in that space is what this connection is about. If you're not willing to face that in you, then what are you doing? Because what you want him to love about you is the girl in your pain. And when have you ever loved her?
I'm trying to love her properly. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I can give you the answer to that. Stop trying to learn how to love him properly and start trying to learn how to love you properly. That's the answer.
because you're not going to teach them anything until you learn how to do that yourself. All you're teaching them how to do is run from you, because that's what you're doing. This is where runner and chaser is the truth. If you can't let somebody love you when you're in pain, then trust me, you're finding more ways to make that make sense and blame him for it, not yourself. I did it, she did it, and here we sit. But only because we told each other the truth. So are you going to let somebody love you when you're in pain or not? That's the question. And it starts with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have another question. How long did it take you guys to reconcile, to reconnect and get back together? Was it months, weeks, or years? Would love to know how long was the separation and the back and forth.
Yeah.
First separation was 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had
5 years of hell.
5 years of a mess.
Then another separation.
Another separation for 6 months.
A year.
A year.
What was it? 14 months?
Something like that.
Mhm.
Another separation for like 6 months, I think.
Well, we came back together, but then there was the how do we stay together without trying to kill each other?
Yeah. And yeah, so years, months, weeks.
Yeah, there's you
Which
go
one?
to, and each connection is different, isn't it?
Every time, yeah.
Because what you're trying to look for is an answer in another person
Mhm.
when you already have the answer to how long this is going to take in you. The thing is, you're not looking for is you're looking for the answer in other people. Maybe you should ask yourself a question. How long does it take for somebody to be connected to you? Right, Corey? Corey, how long does it take for somebody to be connected to Corey?
Until Corey connects to Corey.
And how long does that take?
Weeks, months, years.
Right, Sherry.
It could be 24 hours. It could be 24 months. It depends on the person. It really does.
It
And
does.
it really depends on you individually. It's how long you want it to take.
Right.
And that's it. If you want it to take years, it'll take years. If you want it to take months, it'll take months. If you want it to take 24 hours, it can take 24 hours.
I guess the question is, are you
Oh,
finding somebody who's going to ask you on the inside how long it's going to take for somebody to be connected to you? Because if you're looking for everybody else's answers, you're the furthest point.
For sure.
So if you found this channel and you're watching this video and you're sitting here with all of us,
Mhm.
you must have found a space where somebody's going to ask you the question that's going to tell you, how long does it take for somebody to connect to you?
I do want to say thank you to Stavros for addressing in the chat before I could. So thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, those are awesome. And the comments. Sometimes when people say, can I be honest, they are trying to express. Yeah, we're addressing in chat where she was saying, can I be honest a lot? And Stavros is addressing that in chat. He's saying it means that generally one isn't being honest unless they try to convince others that they are. So by saying, can I be honest?
Right.
What, are you not normally honest?
Well,
You know what I mean? Or are you guys ready to hear this? Or are you
Yes.
guys sure you want to hear this mess? And that's
there's a judgment attached.
there's a
to it.
judgment attached to it.
So
Mhm.
maybe, Rhea, the question that really you should let land on the inside of you based on this is,
Mhm.
is honesty and the truth the same thing to you?
Yeah. I thought that was interesting that they addressed that because I
Yeah.
wanted to, and I
Yeah.
kind of got off track and forgot.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions up here?
Oh, Clinton, go. Clinton, go.
Actually, no, I don't actually have a question.
How's the birdie?
I just sent you the photo.
Corey, did you see the bird? You know the bird he was feeding?
Yeah, I saw it, and I saw the other video, and I told him he was a good bird daddy until I heard him say that he threw the bird.
Well, we're overlooking that because the bird is fine. But I was watching him feed that bird, and I was talking to myself, going, "Oh, he's putting so much into that little dude." And the chances of that little dude making it as little as he is
Yeah,
happen. And when I saw it, it's getting feathers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like this guy's the bird.
That bird it's grown. What was it? A week? Grown a
It's been-
lot.
Yeah,
2
it's
weeks or
been
something like that.
14, or nearly 14 days.
I
Yeah.
can't even with you.
Um,
I can't even with you.
I have to get going. I've got to go to work. So
Yeah, we got to go too, actually.
Go protect your country and know that we honor you and support you and thank you for everything that you do.
Yep.
But
thank you for you too.
I don't understand when you guys are going to start fighting aliens, but
That's
Stop
never
fighting.
going to happen.
This is a hot mess, man.
I mean to say, if
just point out-
aliens were going to attack, they'd do it now when we're in our worst state.
yeah,
When we're too busy arguing amongst ourselves.
yeah,
They're
nobody's
just looking
come
at,
and
they're
beat
just
us
looking,
while we're doing
standing
that.
back and
They don't
looking and
want
going,
Yeah, they want to wait till our extinction.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to. Does anybody else have a question up here on the screen at all? No? No questions up here? Okay, cool. Hey,
Okay, I
Nobody?
gotta leave.
okay, bye, Clinton. Thanks for coming
See you
out.
later.
Everybody?
Thanks for today.
All right.
Anybody else? No?
No questions?
Mara? You got to unmute first. Nobody can hear you. She's being silenced in connection.
Yeah, because my son doesn't want me to take time for myself, basically.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, I'm glad you are.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Do you have a question?
Well, I saw my twin the other day, and it went better. And it was funny that you guys are on because I had you to thank because the conversation went so much better than it did
Aw.
months ago, but still I had felt these abandonment issues like a day after I saw him.
Oh,
Why did you abandon you?
yeah.
I don't know.
But
That's
you seem to be abandoning you both, right?
I
Why are you doing that?
don't know.
Where did you learn to do that?
Yeah, growing up.
Oh, so you're still practicing what your parents taught you.
Yes. And I
Well-
thought I was not abandoning myself. But I
The
felt
part-
like I was to a certain point.
Right. The part where your feelings you made matter or you didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, so what part of that isn't abandoning your feelings?
Yeah,
And you want him to choose you while you do that.
right. So how do I switch this?
Wait, you wanna switch doing that instead
No.
of well, let me tell you why I'm pointing
Yeah.
it first. Because how do I switch this is looking at her going, how do I keep abandoning her to the point where she doesn't exist?
No, I guess like how do I stop abandoning myself?
Are you
And-
going, are you willing to accept how much,
Wait, say that again?
are you willing to accept all of the hurt that you've placed on yourself?
Yes. Oh yeah.
When? Okay.
Right now.
How, wait a minute. How long ago have you been doing this? How old were you when you first started doing that?
As a young child.
You see how quickly you were so eagerly ready to jump on, yes, I'm ready to stop without even acknowledging that girl who started this in her childhood?
Yes.
Wow. Go ahead, sit with that for a second, then tell us that you're ready to stop.
I am ready.
Really?
Like
Sounds like you're accepting all of the pain that caused.
yeah.
It doesn't. It does not sound like that at all. It sounds like you're trying to find a way to bypass.
No, I don't want to bypass. So how do I not bypass? I guess.
Well, you know the little girl that you're talking about that started abandoning herself early?
Mm-hmm.
When did you ever love her again?
I loved her until I met my twin, and that brought up everything.
So you're saying you loved her all the way?
Mommy,
Wait.
Mommy, why isn't Ashley working on the sideline? What does it mean? Because I am wondering, what does it mean?
It means that they're helping out. And we'll
Why not?
talk
When I
about it
played,
after.
when I played for Wellesley, was I a athlete working
No,
on the
no,
sideline?
no.
What was I? This is last talk for tonight.
Press
What
it.
was I when I played for Wellesley? Was I an athlete working on the
No,
sideline?
no,
When I
no.
played for Framingham, would I be an
No,
athlete working?
no, no.
Mommy, last talk. When I played for Framingham, would I be an athlete working on the sideline or what? Or we're not sure
No,
yet.
no, I'm on and I'm
I said last talk, guys. Last talk, neighbors. Mom. When
Okay.
Mom, when I played for
All right,
Framingham,
you'll
I said last talk. Last talk. When I played for Framingham, will I be an athlete working on the sideline or no?
She struggles to love herself through this.
Yeah.
What?
No, no, no.
Because listen what it says.
No, I will after. I will after. I
No,
promise.
listen what it says.
I will after. I
Listen
will
what it says.
after.
Some towns will have athletes working out on the sidelines.
Yes, I don't know.
What some towns will have athletes working on the sideline?
I don't.
For high school or youth?
high school.
Is it for youth or high school? Some towns having athletes working on
High
the
school,
sidelines.
high
How you know
school.
it's only for high school?
In youth, but we'll talk.
You said and you.
Oh my gosh. Anyway. Okay. So there's something there. I don't know.
I'm just stressed because it's bringing it up for me.
Mm. How are you loving yourself and that child through this?
I know.
How are you doing that?
No.
That's called connection.
Yes.
The child is an empath who's absorbed all of your energy of things you didn't say.
Uh-huh.
You should get up and you should hold that child and say, you know what? I love you. And thank you for reminding me that I can be accepted and loved no matter what. Oh,
I know.
oh. See, that's called connection. We all need that. All of us need it. See, you're fighting the wrong fight.
I know I am because I feel in my stomach.
Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm always talking
Oh.
about it.
Penelope doesn't have to be sorry.
You don't have
No,
to be
so let
sorry.
him
Mom,
hold me, because everything that you're saying, that child wants to hold you.
Mom, I said last talk. Mommy, last talk. Mommy. Mommy, let's talk. Will I be an athlete next year in Framingham working on the sidelines or no?
No.
Because for high school, does athletes need to work on the sidelines for high school?
No.
Because it said on this news, listen what it says.
Parts on those are hard to come by.
Yeah.
Until the shipments show up, some towns will have athletes working out on the sideline.
Yeah.
What?
It's for high school only.
Oh,
Laura,
high school.
Laura, can you let him know? Laura, can you let him know? The children on the sidelines are also part of the team to help them win.
Oh, yes. Okay.
They're all a part of the team, all a part of the family, right?
Yes.
And they have value being there.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because they're on the sideline and maybe not in the thick of it doesn't mean that they're not an important part.
Yeah, and I've told him that, but he gets it the opposite from his dad. Like he hasn't played enough. That even if you're on the sidelines, that you're always part of the team.
Well, Laura,
Mommy, why
you
you
could
never
mute for a little bit. Just hold him for a little bit. I want you to hold him for a little bit and let us go ahead and connect in that space. Okay?
All right.
All right.
What did they say?
Okay.
Yeah. If you could mute it
You're
more.
part of the
Great.
team. You're part of the team.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Part of the team. You're
Uh-oh.
part of every team. Every team. You're part of everything everywhere you go.
There we go.
There.
I muted it.
That way, yeah, that
Yeah,
way we
that
can,
way,
we can,
because
yeah,
we've
we
got
can
a
still
live.
see you.
We've still got to get to other people.
Yeah.
So hopefully you all captured exactly what we're talking about. Connection is everywhere.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what you think, it matters what you feel. Your feelings are so important. How do you make sure that everybody who loves you knows your feelings, knows that you can be connected to?
Mhm.
Can I say something about that?
Yes.
It's nice to speak to someone, but if he doesn't value your feelings, you cannot speak to them.
May I ask you a question, Ria?
Yes,
When do you value your feelings again?
I try to value my feelings all the
Did you
time.
say try? Did you say
Yes,
try?
I- yes,
Then
I try.
why are you pointing at him? You said try.
Okay.
So what
I-
you're trying to do is make him overstep where you've tried. And what you need to do is there's a part of you that's waking up and going, I can be a part of my feelings. I can just be and then there's a girl on the inside going, you can try. And she's stopping your connection and you accept her. And there's a part of you that we're all here trying to love her and going, hey, the girl who's saying she can try, what do you like about her?
How brave she is.
Wow, did you notice that you're pointing at how brave she is, not how much she can love, right?
Mhm.
I cannot argue with you, Lee. You're always
Well,
right. So-
I can.
Wait,
do it,
wait,
please. Do it for
Time,
me,
time.
please.
Omar,
You-
help, Omar, help.
You can do it for me, please.
It's not an argument. It's not an argument as much as it is. I want you to pay attention because when I woke up,
It's good.
there were parts of me that I was having an argument with, but there was a part of me that said, why are you in this fight? And this fight isn't about the trying part of me, the part of me that said I couldn't be there, the part of me that said I didn't know how to love, the part of me that said I didn't know how to have a connection, the part of me that said, I don't want to know any of that anymore. So there's a part of you that is actually in a fight with the trying part of you. And you let the trying part of you point at him and say, he won't. And she doesn't point back at you and say, yeah, but are you worthy of it? Because what do you think she turns around and tells you at the end of the day? That you're worthy of this connection or you're not?
I think I am. Don't
And
be
you're-
mad.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just going to ask you one thing. And
Okay.
everybody here, wait, Ria, I want you to hear this part. Everybody here is listening intently to what you're saying. And they're going to want to hear your answer to this. What actions do you have that support that?
None.
that
I'm
it?
being honest. I'm
No, I
sorry,
know.
I'm being honest.
I know that you're sorry, and I know that you're being honest, but did you notice that you said none
Yes.
and you accept that?
No.
Wait, do you want your twin to be with somebody who literally treats themselves that way? Do you want your twin to be with somebody who says what you just said?
Don't worry, my twin is with another, so
That's not answering the question. Do you want your twin to be with somebody who said what you just said?
he's not gonna be, I know that.
Are you answering the question? Do you?
No.
Right. So as soon as you say no, you're going to admit something on the inside of you that your feelings have to accept. And you don't see that as the runner. That's what's interesting about it.
Sherry, can you help me, please?
Go ahead, Sherry.
Wing.
Sherry. Because she did this to me. She can't hit you with something she already hit me with. So I'm
Right.
just letting you know, she's the one that woke that up in me. You're just at the receiving end of how I got here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead, argue with
I
her.
mean-
She's the one you want to call in. Good
No,
luck.
I'm on Lee's side on this one. God help.
Is it on my side or is it that I finally came to your side?
That's it.
So don't worry, I'm just making Sherry right.
That's it.
But Sherry's always right, though.
Thank you, Omar.
Hey, stop that, Omar.
No, I'm not always right. I'm always correct.
Oh, that's right. He's in New York. He should everybody in New
There's
York.
I'm from
Everybody
New
in New York is
I'm
right.
from
That's a
New
big
York.
difference. There's a big difference in being right and being correct.
Everybody in New
Okay.
York.
Sherry is always correct.
Correct.
You know what, Omar? See, this you're not her twin.
Correct.
I'm just-
Um,
Yo, Lee,
Mine.
yo, Lee. Okay, I'm gonna like this. Sherry's always correct when y'all together, but Lee, you always correct all the
you want to
time.
call Rex Ryan mobile?
No, I don't. We call him Rex Ryan.
No, my
We
wife.
can't call him Rex Ryan.
It just said you want to call Rex Ryan mobile. No.
Didn't he retire?
Yeah, he's done.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know if he's
What would you
retired.
say, Omar?
Friend
Never
of mine.
mind.
Just a friend of mine. It's fine. It's fine.
She knows all these big football player coaches and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care.
We don't need to call him today.
They ain't none of me.
But look, there's a lot of questions in the live chat that we're not going to have time to get to. However, we will spend some time this evening and answer those in the chat. There's 3 or 4 of them. We'll do that. And I want to thank everybody for coming in because I think it was a pretty cool chat. And if you haven't had a 30-minute with us and you want one, go on the website and book that because you can talk to us and one-on-one. And you know, if you don't want the Lee version, the Sherry version's correct. But the very
Wow.
much
Yo,
the same,
yo, Lee, I'm with you on this one. Wow.
but much the
Wow.
same as the Lee version.
I actually, I will tell you this, and she probably may or may not agree, but we'll see. We'll see how this one shakes out. With the Lee version, you get the steps that it takes to get there.
Correct.
With the Sherry version,
Correct.
you get no steps. You either going to be there or you're not, because she's just going to go. You're either going to get that when I ask you, or you won't. I'm going to go. Hey, do you understand why Sherry said that, and what step needed to happen after that? Because I know I was a slow learner.
Mhm.
Now, here's the most important thing about being a slow learner. I can teach you the steps. So what you're looking for is to skip right over, then by all means. But if you think you're ready for that, then by all means. But if you're ready to take a step to figure out what connection means to you, then you should probably go with somebody who's a slow learner, because they're going to be okay with you being slow to learn. I'm good with that because that's how I was taught. But what's interesting is she was more patient with me because I'm her twin. She can't be patient with me.
Yeah, I have a hard
They're not her
time.
twin. I give her shit. But at the same time, I am so fortunate because I had a very patient twin for me.
When you're coaching with me, I want to see movement. I want to see movement. I want to know that you're hearing what
That
I'm
goes for her
saying.
twin too, just so you know.
And-
it's not just people who coach.
I don't want to see you stuck in the same place you was the last time we were talking.
Mhm.
And if you are, I'm going to give you some tools to move past that. And if you use the tools, you use them. If you don't, you don't. We'll just start from scratch, right? And
I don't want to stay stuck anymore.
Right. I understand that. None of us do. None of us do.
Yeah.
We want to keep moving. We want to keep moving. But sometimes it's important to stay stuck, especially if it's hurt or fear. You need to ride in that like a wave until it smacks you on this beach of understanding, right? And then if you don't get it, you got to get back in the water, right? and take that wave until it smacks you on the beach. And eventually either you're going to get it beat into you right, over and over and over again, mentally and emotionally, or you're just going to surrender to it, throw up the white flag, and move on to the next step. Right. It seems so difficult from that point of view, but being on this side, it's so simple. Right. That's hard to explain to people, but it's so simple because we've been through it and we've done it, and we know the keys of what worked, what didn't work. This key did not work. This key did not work, but this key did. And it opened the door and it put us in some more bullshit. But guess what? It was different bullshit. Right. And then we stayed in that room until the bullshit got cleared. And this key didn't work, and this key didn't work, and this key didn't work, but this key did. And it took us to another room of bullshit. Eventually, the shit was getting less and less and less. Right.
Oh,
and now we'll try a key to go into healing with. I was going to use the bad word, and then we'll try another key, and then we will try a key, and it will work, and it'll put us in a space of, okay, what do we have to work out in this space? And now sometimes in a day there's several doors open and the key works, but sometimes in a day it doesn't, and we stay in there until we find the key that moves us to another room. And it still goes on today, every day. And it'll go on for the rest of your life and in every situation, right? In every situation. And those doors open, you move on, open, you move on, open, you move on. Uh-oh, we have to go back 3 or 4 doors because clearly we didn't clear all the bullshit, right? There were some corners left, right? So we have to go sit in that room for a minute, figure out where the hidden shit is, right? And try to find a key, finally, it's like an escape room. Twin Flame Journey escape room. There it is.
A game. Can we make it a game?
I mean, I guess we can.
Will you make all the pieces?
Huh?
Like the cards and stuff. You got to learn where the clues are.
Oh yeah, like Clue.
Like you did for me.
Oh no, that was too hard.
So there's no way out of this room.
You were a slow learner,
but I still can't get out of this room.
You're not in a room now. Now you're just roaming free until I lock your ass up.
That would make more sense.
It could happen.
It's almost like you don't realize when you finally are in this space and this deep in the connection, the universe is yours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what is your mind dominance taking you? Is it taking you to a space where you can't have nothing or where you can have something? And I have to say this. I'm going to have to marry her again this year.
Oh, yeah.
I want to marry her. I'm going to marry her on YouTube again.
Oh, no. Okay.
And this time I'm going to empty her bra so she has to come right off the hip. She ain't going to be able to dig in her bra for whatever she wrote. So y'all keep paying attention to this channel because we're about to do some crazy shit.
Oh, I don't want to be watching. I want to be there.
Okay.
All right.
Deal.
Are you ordained?
I could be ordained anytime.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. We might want a man and a woman, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. And
thank you.
I have to take some medicine.
Yeah.
Take a shower. Do all the fun human things.
Can I take a shower?
Do. I mean,
Lee, TMI.
You know what?
Right?
You don't have to. You don't have to come in the front, Corey.
Yo, it's like this.
I didn't, but I enjoyed you guys so much because I love the connection.
Yes, I do. Definitely.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
She was quiet the whole time.
Beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm more connected.
Yeah.
I had a quick story. I had a vacation this weekend with my girlfriends, and I know I was telling you, Lee and Sherry, about how my best friend was like the only person that I was really just sharing with. So I got to open up
to another one of my girlfriends this weekend, and we cried over dinner, and it was beautiful. So it
Oh,
was just a completely different reaction than I thought I would get.
I love that.
So it was just really good. So
So when are you going to open up the masculine energy the same way?
Right.
well, remember how it ended? Well, and I shouldn't say ended, how it took a pause. It was a right now, let's focus on ourselves. And so that's just what I'm doing. Although I do have a quick question. Do you have time? I'm sorry, just a quick question. It's really for Sherry, because I know Sherry gonna give me a direct answer.
Oh.
But not that
hey!
not that you would.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I saw, I think this weekend was really, well, I think it was really good for me. But so remember we were talking about the last message I got. It wasn't a forever, it was a for right now. Like, hey, I think we need to focus on ourselves. Am I missing something if we're focusing on ourselves, but you are still dating?
He is still dating, or you both are still dating?
He is still dating.
Other people.
Why is you worried about what he focuses? Why are you worried about what he's doing?
I shouldn't say I'm worried about it. I saw it. Yeah, I saw him passing. And so
Did you say hello or did you wave and just say good luck and just keep it moving?
No, I saw it on social media and I kept it moving.
Okay.
I just saw it and I said, you know what? We're two different people. But I guess for me, what it triggered was I felt like more lies.
So he's working on himself and he's dating. That's working on himself, honestly. What he's trying to do is see, and it could take a minute and it could take a few. Okay. And what I mean, but it could take a minute in time and it could take a few dates and a few people, right? But what he's trying to find is the same connection that he has with you, right? And he's trying to see if that's out there abundantly available, right? So he can have that feeling with multiple people or with whatever. What he doesn't realize is it's you he's after, right? You've got to let him work on himself enough to figure that out. Right? Yeah, I know you are, girl, because I know you're out doing what you're supposed to be doing, right?
I am.
So let's stop checking the social media.
Yep.
Okay. Let's not do that anymore, right? Because what he's doing is none of your business. What you're doing is your business.
Thanks.
Okay. So get rid of his social media. You don't need that.
Can I ask this question? Is you out there enjoying yourself and you said, Lee asked you, when is you going to allow the masculine? You don't have to talk to your masculine to allow masculine to your life. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Be open. Live your life. This is a self journey.
Yeah.
What he's doing, just like Sherry said, I'm kind of like Sherry, like I'm blunt. It's none of your damn business. Really, it's not. What he's doing is none of your business. At all.
Well, then maybe the question should be posed this. Ashley, do you believe you'll attract a man who will tell you the truth?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'm sorry, Ashley. Let Ashley have the space.
No.
She needs to sit in it for a minute.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest part. No.
Okay. So don't worry. You'll keep continuing to attract.
I know. And it is something we actually talked about this with my girlfriends this weekend, and it's something that I'm struggling to do. Every time I feel like it's kind of like what Sherry was talking about. You go steps backwards, or you might find yourself in an old room. I was doing fine. So how the social media thing happened, I was doing fine this weekend. And then one morning I just felt like this deep, like sadness or sorrow that, it wasn't mine. And I was just kind of trying to sit in it and marinate. And so that kind of, I've stopped the social media stuff where I'm looking, but then something was just, that was where my curiosity came was, here's this, what's going on that I'm feeling this, like, is he doing something? Is he all right? So I looked and then I saw that comment and then I just was, I wasn't upset or anything, but it wasn't eye roll, like kind of like you're saying. Like I don't really trust people, to be honest. So in my mind, I'm just like rolls eyes. And then that's how we got here. And so I think that sent me back into Ashley, you're right.
Ashley, you're gonna, Corey too, because you're gonna get this. I need you to listen.
Okay.
Ashley, so where does curiosity come from?
Being a Gemini.
Wanting.
I'm sorry, I'm joking, but just
Curiosity is a fear. And why are you listening to up here and not here? So you've backslid a little. Right? Right? And it's fine.
It's those kinds of comments that used to get me.
It's fine.
The backslid.
Just don't pick the bottle back up tomorrow, child. Just don't do that. All right? Don't do that. I was curious. Of course you were curious. Guess what the mind wants to do? Destroy it all.
Because it don't understand.
Right.
It don't. It don't.
Right.
It really don't.
Stop listening to the wrong things.
And realize the truth, attracting the truth leads to love and connection.
Right.
So you're going to have to ask yourself a question. Am I ready for connection? If so, start sending people who will tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have connection without that. Right?
And my pain level is growing, so I
Yes.
must go.
We love you guys.
See you later. Bye-bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you. This
Happy
was
New
so
Year.
helpful.
We'll see y'all
This was
soon.
so helpful.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see y'all soon.
We'll address the rest of the comments
Yo.
in the comments.
Yeah. And don't forget to like. We only had 16 likes with 40, 50 people in the room. That
Yeah,
doesn't make
like
sense.
this. I don't-
Y'all gonna have to like this.
They're gonna like it after the fact.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
Right. That's
Does this-
fine. I wonder if they can take them away.
Right. They can put a thumbs down.
Like it,
Hey,
take it
whether
away.
you like it or
Hey,
thumb it down.
We've had
It
thumbs
makes them-
down.
As
I
long
like
as
'em.
it struck a nerve, we're good.
We hit something that pissed them
Yes.
off.
Connection makes sense. As
I
long as
love
you
you
have a
guys.
reaction to
We'll
it. Right?
address the rest of the questions in the chat.
Yes.
Under your questions.
See you soon.